Hey guys, welcome to PCube, where we watch and talk about music as classical musicians, and welcome to the last part of this short series that we started 2 days ago. We've been watching and listening to the same song by different bands and singers. This one was Sounds of Silence. We listened to the Disturbed version and to the Pentatonics version, so we can put a link here for you guys if you want to go check those ones out. Today is the last one of them, and probably you guessed it, we're going to listen to the original. Obviously, we couldn't leave that out. Simon and Garfunkel, we both heard this one, but I feel like after listening to those versions, it's really nice to really give it a good listen, really careful, and really dig deep in all the differences. Obviously, this was the original, so that was it was kind of like the default version, at least in my head, and that it was nice to kind of like get a comparison between this one and the other two. But I already know there's so much difference in them, and I can't wait to kind of like fresh in my mind and then really like remind myself of what those differences are. So by the end of this video, this series will come to an end, and by the end of this video, I'm gonna tell you which one I like the best, and I think my sister is gonna do the same. So stay tuned for that moment, and let us know in the comments which one you like the best, or if you know any other versions. We don't think we're gonna do more of them in this series for this song, but if you guys know any other versions, let us know, and then we're gonna check it out outside of the videos, just out of curiosity. So let's go start listening to this one.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence.
Wow, that was, I kind of forgot how this one sounds like until I, I was like, oh, first of all, it was much faster than I had in mind. I know you talked about how the first version that we listened to is slower than the original, and honestly I was doubting myself that you were talking. I was like, is it really in my head? So now that we listened to this, I remember that you were actually correct. It was much slower than this one, so this is kind of like more moving forward motion to it.
Yeah, first of all, I have to say, I'm always correct. I didn't
you didn't doubt yourself? Okay.
I just wanted to remind you that I'm always correct. But now I wanted to say that there is something really magical of these three elements, both of their songs and the harmony, the beautiful harmony that they are making, and this really fragile guitar in this song, that I think that's why everybody, like almost everybody, have heard it, and it makes it such a magical song that like most of the people already have heard it and know it. And I have to say, exactly as I've heard this song like so many times before, not recently, and I was also very excited to hear it one more time. But I think like after those two, that they had such a different interpretation of it. This, here listening to this is totally another world, and I was really craving to hear this version of it, and I'm very happy that we are listening, and I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, that is true. Okay, let's go to see what happens.
Still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, neath the halo of a street lamp. I turned my collar to the cold and damp, when my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light. Split the night and touch touch the sound of silence. And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more. People talking without speaking, people hearing without listening, people writing songs that voices never shared. No one did disturb the sound of silence.
Wow, it really is touching some of the parts of my soul that I forgot even I had. It's so beautiful, and one thing that makes it I don't know, it's very funny because even though that there are all the time two people singing it, and also the music itself is not that exactly slow as the other versions, or like the music is not that, you know, sad or like some crazy like silent moment or something, but you get this feeling of loneliness so much, and it demonstrates this feeling of silence and being in yourself and having nobody around you. And it I can really imagine, you know, just sitting in your car and even living in a car and just go through very empty long roads by yourself and having nobody and just listening to this song. It really gives this feeling of loneliness that the song is really, the text is really talking about.
That's true.
I have to say that I really love, and I think one of the elements that make this song really feels like that and makes it so special is that the lower voice is almost, you know, like the 90% of the time is singing one note, and it doesn't have as many jumps as the higher pitch voice has. Like when you listen to the lower voice, it's like dun 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 dun. It's like one note, it's repeating one note, and it adds like a weird, very like I don't know how to say, but it adds like a weird and lonely and this special vibe that this song has.
Yeah, that's true. Like regarding this, the thing that you said about their voices, every time that especially in the studio versions, that is like obviously they put so much time and effort in recording it. It's so interesting how their voices, I wouldn't call the voices blended together, but it really feels like separate lines doing their own thing, unlike like other bands or other like either a cappella or like just backing vocals or like two people singing and harmonizing together. You can feel the blend so much more, but in this case their voices, they're not contrasting, but at the same time they're not that blending together, but it somehow makes it very unique, and also it's somehow more, you can't really like, it's not a negative thing. So I think they're doing it on purpose to kind of like not having that really full blend. I don't know how you even achieve that, to really have two independent lines so you can really pinpoint which of them are which, but at the same time like having that like ensemble together. So it's like, I think that's what, to me at least, makes them unique, because really they have their own, I guess, twist on how they sing together or how they shape this ensemble. And in this particular song, with their voices plus the guitars, just like three things, and then I think the drums added to that a little bit later. So the instrumentation is also like kind of minimal, but like, I don't know, everything is just like, I don't know, there's like, as you said, like magical things happening that you cannot pinpoint. Yeah, here we go, the rest of it.
Fool, said I, you do not know, silence like a cancer grows. Hear my words that I might teach you, take my arms that I might reach you, but my words like silent raindrops fell. of silence, and the people bowed and prayed to the neon god they made, and the sign flashed out its warning in the words that it was forming, and the sign said the words of the prophets are written on the subway walls, the tenement halls, whispering sounds of silence.
Oh my god. This song really has like some, I cannot point to a thing that say that's why it feels like that, but it's nothing, you know, nothing special that they're doing or adding, like nothing crazy with the instruments or something, but it feels at the same time, it feels like nostalgia or knowing a place but not knowing, you know, not it feels at the same time like a familiar feeling, but at the same time like a strange feeling, or I don't know, for me it feels like when you've lived your whole childhood in a very sweet and small city, and you know every place of it, and you know so many people, you went to school with them or something, and then you move out like in your teenage years, or when you're still young, and then after years you come back to the town, the same town, but everything has changed, and you see some familiar faces that maybe you went to even school with them or something, but they are all strangers, and you feel this that you are an outsider and you don't belong here. It feels kind of like home, but not also like that. And everybody are like adults now, and they're like having this robot face, and you know, it's like something is familiar but not anymore, or something like that. And this feeling of loneliness because of that, it's really, you know, gives this feeling. I don't know how, but they just do it perfectly.
Yeah. One last thing that I wanted to mention before revealing which one of these is our favorite, or like each of us individually, is again, like I'm comparing to the other two versions, but the delivery, I know the build up, it's kind of like, as you said, there's not a huge build up, not so much drama, but at the same time you can really, I don't know, get invested in this journey that you're going, and then you're later, it feels like it's really going somewhere and going forward, even though the verses, like they have minimal changes, that not a lot changes in verse to verse, or not a dramatic changes, but the way that I feel like one of the reasons that it feels so intimate and it really hits the part of your souls that you're talking about, I think it's the way their delivery. And it really feels like it's a conversation rather than somebody is like performing for you. Again, like compared to, because they're the same song, so we can compare it to the first two versions. I feel like for those, even though they were so touching, they were so like emotional, very meaningful, I could still feel that there is a wall, and these are performers, and this is the stage for me, and I'm just a listener outside. But for these guys, I felt like I'm just sitting in a circle with them, same level, and they're just conversing and talking to me, and just basically like telling their life story, or like how they feel. That's why I feel like this one feels a little more intimate and personal, and then it can reflect on a personal level of like emotional struggle, or like alienation, or whatever they're going for. But the other two, I think it goes above the singers or the bands or the groups personal thing. It goes on like a stage level that is talking about so many other people. I don't know if I could just convey it right, or like if you guys, if that makes sense. But I think one of the reasons of the big change between this one and the other versions that we heard so far was also that. And I think they're both very beautiful. on their own. I was just from like an observational standpoint. I was just saying that that's what was different for me.
Yeah, and exactly as you said, each of them had their own sound and they added their own interpretation, and each of them were exactly telling the story that how this silence and this loneliness sound for themselves. The first one was showing this with adding like physically silence in the arrangement, and also with this very low voice and very like I don't know, the whole vibe of the song and the whole dark vibe of the song. And then the second one was exactly again with the really physical silence and the things that you could hear that okay, yeah, there are silence, and also they were adding more drama to it and more like big thing that it's like this is such an emotional topic, and they were all showing it with all these crazy harmonies that this is such an emotional topic, and they were really showing the emotion and delivering the emotions that are in the lyrics with the different harmonies that they made, and like the really it was more out there, the emotions, and you could really see that it's an emotional song even though you couldn't understand the lyrics. But with the original one, for example, it wasn't like this silence that it was, you couldn't see that okay, yeah, this is the song about silence and it's introvert or something. It's they put it so many small elements, like for example the thing that I told you, one of them, because to not make it really like chaotic or like so much up and down like emotionally or dramatic, one of them was really standing. It was like you could hear a standing voice that is just most of the time is really singing with one note, and it was like this, and then the other one was showing a little bit ups and downs and like a little more like sadness or begging at some point. Each one of them was showing their own voices of how silence can sound.
Yeah, I totally agree, and that was very interesting. I mean, we always knew, and like everybody knows that like a performer affects the interpretation or how the song is performed or anything basically. But that was a very interesting, at least to me, experiment to really listen to them back to back and really like get really detailed and careful on those details and really observe them and listen to them. But that was so cool. We would love to do this. We have a couple more in our mind, so if you guys like this series, please let us know. Also suggest what other like songs that have like really cool covers. You can just let us know in the comments, and we would like to do these like once in a while, I think, because that was very interesting. So now,
drum rolls,
please. Okay. Which one do you like better, if you have a favorite?
Well, I definitely have a favorite.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know if it would make some people angry or something, but it doesn't matter because this is just my decision and my taste. So by far, not even close, right, but by far my favorite version is the original by Simon and Garfunkel.
Honestly, yeah, before getting to this contest, before like when I was planning this whole thing, like what songs to pick and what versions to pick, I didn't listen to the whole things of them because I wanted to save it for the videos. But always in the back of my mind, I thought I would like the original the best, and that's what it was kind of like. I had that in mind all throughout. But then when we listened to the whole thing of Disturbed version, I have to say that's my favorite because I am a sucker for like a good build-up. I feel like that's the only reason, because the way like I can listen to that over and over and every time appreciate the build-up of the song. I think that's why it really gets me. So that's why, and then the way they were adding the instruments, and also I loved his voice. But I think it was not just his voice, it was just a mixture of all the arrangements. So for me, actually, because I thought you would like that the best. I always had that when I was like that probably is like more fitting your
Yeah,
taste
that-
of music.
yeah.
Yeah. And then
Maybe,
I
yeah.
thought I liked the original better because I was like, oh, it's like simple arrangements with just guitar and two voices, not a lot of like, I don't know. And then just the look of the song, I usually like the older versions of the song better, or the originals. So I thought for sure you would like the first one. So that was a surprise to me as well,
Yeah.
when you said that. Okay, cool. So let us know, guys, which one do you like the best? And thank you for following us along in this series. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. If you want to support us more, there's a Buy Me a Coffee link in the description. We'll see you guys tomorrow with our next video. Bye.
Bye.